Hello. Hello, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm stopping by to create a space of support and healing just for you. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason. I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So what I'm going to be doing during this video is a bit of a mystery. Yes, mystery. We've just started a mystery dedication over on my Temple of Balance Facebook group. So go to Facebook, type in TOB group into your search bar and you'll find my Temple of Balance group, hopefully, and you can request to join. I've been running dedications of different themes. We did getting ourselves back. We did a dragon power theme. We've just come off a new cycle theme and we're just starting a mystery theme. And I'm sharing on there every day. So come and join in if you want to. So it's a bit of a mystery today because I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your help because what we focus on today is going to depend on what you're writing in the comments as you watch live. So if you're watching this later and you write something and I'm not reading it out, it might be because you've seen this about 5 or something hours later, which happens. It's quite amusing actually. I shouldn't laugh. But it is pretty funny when you ask people to answer a question or something and people answer 20 hours later and wonder why you didn't say it in the video. So just make sure it's got this live button, maybe up here, that's where it is for me, then you know that it's live. So what I need from you, if you want to participate, if you're inspired to participate, is how are you doing? That's all. How are you doing? What's going on for you? If you could write down or comment in a word or two what your current state is, what would you say? What would it be? So it's up to you. Have a think for a moment and then let me know in the comments. And I'm going to base our connection today around whatever comes up. So what I'm going to do is I've got my healing energy cards. So I'm going to I'll pull a card or two from there at some point. I've got my Tibetan singing bell, so I'll probably play that. I've got my shamanic rattle. I haven't played for ages, but I found it here in my basket. So I may play that if we need to move some deep energy, because this stuff is, this moves deep energy. Our rattle does. So let me grab a piece of paper if I need to scribble a little note. So there's a mysterious energy around. What does that mean? I feel like there's almost like an adventure that's calling, or a sense of a quest, a mysterious quest to go on. There is a strange energy that seems to be hovering around or present just out of reach. You know, the words are just on the tip of our tongue. There's something just under the surface. So there is this sort of feeling around when I'm feeling and connecting with this mysterious energy. And our mysterious mystery dedication won't probably go for long. It's probably just going to be a couple of days, because I'm sure once the mystery has been revealed and it then has a name, it maybe is an object or a feeling or a discovery of some sort. Once it has something assigned to it, then we won't need to focus on that mystery and energy any longer, which is fine. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, or it sounds all a bit too strange, then that's okay. Just ignore what I'm saying. It makes sense to me. So let's read your comments. Oopsie, just turned you around, didn't I? There you go, that was the back of my stuff, which was basically a black box that's holding up my light. Okay, so let's have a read through the comments. Now, if you've just joined in, this is healing and support time for you, and it's up to you to please comment. Let me know in a word or two how you're feeling. Honestly, You know, people say, when I say, how are you doing? They say, well, no one cares what the answer is. I honestly care what your answer is. So I'm more interested in your honest answer than a pretend one. Whether you're pretending that you're not well or you're pretending that you're happy. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm interested in how you really feel right now. And if you're not sure, then you're not sure. You know, then that's probably your answer. And once we admit these things of how our current state is in an honest way, it actually starts getting the energy moving. So if I verbally say to myself, or I might even do a post or write in my journal and say, look, I'm so confused, I don't know how I feel. As soon as I admit that to myself, usually the clarity comes because the energy starts moving. So it's interesting the way the energy works to me anyway. Okay, Donna, hi Alison, hi Brandy and Victoria and Glenda. Okay, Megan is feeling tired. Big hugs, Megan, and anyone else who's feeling tired. Heidi is feeling better. I like. So what I'm doing is I'm reading your comments, and there's probably going to be something that I notice either as a theme or something that sort of just speaks a fraction louder than the others as important. So I'm going to trust that. So it's not, it's just my intuition, basically. So I'm just going to trust that like I do with all of the things that I do. So I'm really pleased Heidi feels better. Now, as I'm saying these two, see how these words feel to you. Barbara's feeling anxious. Big hugs, Barb, and anyone who's feeling anxious too. Hi, Chelsea. Alison says discovery. Yeah, I feel that too. Glenda's feeling relaxed. And Donna is being strong. Well, that's good. And it takes a lot of strength to even admit that we're feeling vulnerable, doesn't it? Michelle, can't find your group. Please comment with the link. I will. Now I'm going to seem like a real dinosaur. I can do it here. Okay, www.facebook.com/TOB group. Oh no, groups, sorry. I need to do groups first. So /groups/TOB group. See if that works. I think that should be it. Michelle feels emotional. Yeah, it feels very watery, doesn't it, that emotional energy? Jill says massive amounts of upheaval. So sending you lots of love. Tia says discovery too. Michelle says, Facebook. Michelle says feeling so down, had so many seizures, negative energy from partners, family, and so tired. Feels heavy, Michelle, so heavy. So sending out, like, I just want to send out love right now to you, Michelle, and anyone else who's struggling, if you're feeling anxious, emotional, tired, if you're having a hard time, if you're just fed up, you've had enough. If you need a bit of energy now, I want to send it to you. So all you need to do is just really be open and perhaps grateful to receive. If you're sitting here, maybe you're new and you're like, what is this crap? You're not going to receive anything much. And if that's the way you feel, that's fine. I just recommend you turn it off and go and do something that you love. If you're feeling a bit of a connection now, if you're feeling that you're in need, why not allow some energy to come to you? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my singing bell. I've taken the ringer out and I'm going to hold it this way. I'm going to play it with my stick, my striker. And I'm going to imagine this. In fact, I'm going to angle it like it's coming out of my heart and expanding this energy out to you. to you, to your heart. Now, what you might want to do to receive is put your hand on your heart. You may want to take a big deep breath and imagine breathing the energy that's been sent out into your mouth and settle it down into your heart or wherever else you might need it in your body. So take a nice big breath. There's nothing you can do wrong. Just listen and let yourself receive. Take some big, big, deep breaths. See if you can take a big, deep breath in and then breathe in a bit more and then breathe out. So breathe in as much as you can, breathe in a bit more and then breathe out. So breathing in, breathe in a bit more and breathe out. Breathing in, breathe in a bit more and breathe out. Surrendering and letting go. Even if it's just for a moment, letting go of what you're dealing with, your worries, your concerns, the pressures that you're under at this time. If you can just put it aside even for just a minute, that's got to be to your benefit. If you can do it for 5 minutes or half an hour, that's even better. So, just take a few moments to get your breath back, to reconnect with your body if you need to, and reassure yourself that it's going to be okay. So, thank you, Heidi. Oh. Thank you, Heidi. Hi, Raina. Victoria's a little tired and just ready for a change. What can you do about it? What change can you make? How can you rev or amp things up a bit for yourself so that you can feel excited? Thank you for sharing, Glenda. Crystal, hello. Alicia is feeling down. Sorry to hear that you're feeling down, Alicia, and I trust that you feel a bit better after we did use the singing bell, and I trust that things pick up for you and also pick up for anyone who's feeling down. Laura, sorry, Facebook just has this glitch. Excuse me. Facebook. Laura says serious decisions to be made, but grounded, much mental energy. Lots to think about, eh? But being grounded with that is a great thing. So all the best for your decisions and anyone else making decisions. Joanna, hello. Joanna says knee pain for 2 months and something's not helpful. I trust that you just enjoyed the singing bell there, Joanna, and that your knee pain resolves itself. And also anyone who's dealing with physical pain at this time. It's lovely to see you too, Chelsea. Thank you. Brandy says, contemplating life's direction at the moment. I'm being called to do something else with my daily life. Job, but have been hesitant on making the shift. Yeah. I wonder why. I wonder why we hesitate. I wonder why we hold back. Something to think about. TR. Hello. Tia says, my quest isn't mysterious, but it is blocked. Is that mysterious though? What is the mystery in the blockage? What is the block? Sometimes, in fact, often, because if we knew what the block was, I'm sure it wouldn't be a block anymore. So actually, maybe there's some mystery to this block more than you realise. It is a quest due to discovery. But can a quest, can a discovery, can a journey really truly be blocked? Yeah, it's interesting. Let's pull a card anyway. We'll pull a card around our journey. I feel like I want to pull a card around our journey right now. What is it about? I'm going to pull 3 cards. What is our journey about right now? What is our journey about? I'm going to pull 3 cards. They're probably connected. They might be separate. There might be one that speaks to you. There might be 2 or 3 that speak to you. What is your journey about? Card 1 here. System Purging, card 58. It says, clear the clutter, tune up, wash off, remove the build-up of negativity and toxicity. Stop and purge your inner and outer system so you can keep moving forward. So this is quite clear, and it might show to you, to some of us, that maybe we're in a time now of clearing, releasing, purging, getting the toxicity out. Whether it's our own attitude, our own behaviour, our own fear. Maybe it's people around us or situations in our life that are toxic or not supportive. So what do you need to clear? You will know if that's meant for you, because you will go straight away, that's exactly what I've been doing or I need to do. And you probably have already known underneath. So that's the first card. What is it about our journey right now? The second one. This is a heavy one, which some of you are probably feeling, and especially after reading some of these comments. Card 78, Reality. This card was called Painful Reality. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave painful out or bring it back in, but for now it's just reality. It says, processing what happened, the past, emergency, urgent, sudden, chaos, difficulty, painful, a one-off event, change, look for the good in the bad. I painted, scribbled, drew this the night my workshop burned down with a broom or a shovel handle that had become charcoal, and then some pastels too. The sirens, the fire truck, the police, all this stuff, all this mess, all this fire, all this flame, all this destruction, all this devastation. And you can probably feel it in the illustration. Like, this is a serious card. In fact, the second deck of Healing Energy cards was created in 2019 as a result of the workshop fire, because my ceramics stopped. So then I spent the 9 months as a way to help me get through it, was to illustrate this second deck of cards. So a lot of them are from that time period, pre-2020, we could say, but most likely relevant now. So what is this journey about for you? Maybe at the moment, for some of you, if this resonates or you're really struggling, maybe it is about processing what happened and trying to understand what the good is in a situation that doesn't seem very good right now. And it can be quite difficult to see that, especially if it's a new thing. If it's been a while, sometimes that space of time can help us see the bigger picture a little bit better. But if we're still in the middle of the brutal, chaotic energy, or if there was a one-off event that specifically happened for you, it could be quite difficult to see the light in the tunnel or in the darkness right now. So I think it's important to acknowledge the reality of that. If that's how you feel right now, then that's how you feel. And it's okay. You know, I think sometimes we think that we should be a different way than we are, or we should be over it by now or whatever. But if there's still something that's twanging in you, if there's still a bit of a knife twist when I talk about this card and when you see the illustration, then there is something about probably that's coming up to try and get that knife out so it stops twisting, so you can actually start healing from what happened. So the reality of this card is the reality of it, really, is acknowledging that it's happened, acknowledging how we might feel about it, so we can let the healing process happen for us. And then the third card, what is our journey about right now, is this. Okay, this is another new card, card 65, and it says isolating the problem. So perhaps for you, you've been trying to figure out the mystery of this problem. I'm going to slot mystery in any time I can right now. But maybe you've been trying to think about or run away from the mystery of the problem. But this is isolating the problem. It says change the habit, which did come up in our cards for this week. It says understand the problem, make changes, notice what isn't working. So being really super honest with ourselves about what's not working, because that will help us understand and see what this block actually is, what is actually stuck here, and how can we get past it. So noticing what isn't working will actually help with that. To run around spreading rose petals and butterflies everywhere, if that's not how we really feel, is just pretending to ourselves and our life. It says find a solution, transform, observe, discover. Oh, we've already talked about discover, and a few people have mentioned discovery. In fact, I see Tia's message now that says, yeah, my quest isn't mysterious, but it is blocked. It is a quest due to discovery. And we've got discover in this, and it says take responsibility. So when I think of this illustration, I think of, you know, it's probably not a great example, but I think of like a cancer cell and isolating that and cutting it out. And that's what I feel with this, almost like there is some problem in our life or some issue that we're dealing with that needs isolating, which basically means it probably needs our attention so we can see what it's about, so we can cut it out or remove it. You know, like I talked about in the weekly guidance yesterday about closing old doors so new doors can open. So there's sort of that sort of freeing energy too, getting the toxic problems out so that we create space for whatever wants to come in. So there are three very, very interesting cards. So thank you. I think I'm actually going to get ready to go because I don't know that I really need to say much more. So let's just do a quick flick down the comments, and I'm going to miss a lot of you, I'm sorry, but I will read them when I get back onto my computer. I don't even know what I'm looking for here. Am I looking for something? Hello to you all. I don't know. I feel like I'm looking for something. So maybe I'm looking for a comment of some significance. I don't know what. It's weird, isn't it? I will also pull a card to go in a second. So I'm stopped here on Dolores's comment that says, can you help me with calm of mind? Can you help me finding a calm mind? I want to say yes. I don't know what to say in response. Isn't that funny? How can you calm down your mind? First, be aware of your mind if it's not calm. So notice what's happening in your head. So being aware of your thoughts is really important first step. So for people like Dolores who wants help calming her mind, must already realise that the mind's not calm. So if you don't realise that yet, then the first step back from that is being aware of what's going on in your mind. What are the thoughts that you're thinking? Are they supporting you? Are they positive? Are they encouraging? Are they useless? Are they ridiculous? Are they worrying? Are they negative? Are they heavy? Are they non-supportive? So that awareness is really important. If we can step back and just listen, just pay attention, not put weight into it or even say that's bad, that's wrong, but just as an observer, can we observe today what is taking place in our head? So once we know what's taking place in our head, then we can do something about shifting or changing the thoughts and the thought patterns that we don't want to be thinking, that are not supporting us. I like to ask myself, does that thought support me? Is that an encouraging, supportive thought? Or am I putting myself down? Am I thinking the worst? Am I worrying when I don't need to? And am I jumping to conclusions? I'm so thirsty with this heater. I'm going to have to turn it off. Hold on a second. I have just finished a healing event for an hour, and I just realised that my throat has been talking with this heater here, and it's very dry. So that might be better. Okay, so then taking some steps to pick and choose your thoughts, be selective of your thoughts, is really empowering. And it takes usually a couple of weeks to break old patterns of thought that we've gotten into. There are a couple of methods that work really well for me. One is, and I've talked about this a few times, is showing my thoughts, my negative, non-supportive thoughts or unsupportive thoughts, the door. I literally show them the door. And because I'm aware of what I'm thinking, once that thought pops into my head that is just ridiculous or just not necessary, I march straight immediately over to my front door, and I imagine kicking that thought out and shutting the door behind it. And I can almost guarantee that pretty much every time that thought pops straight back in as soon as I close the door. So I open the door and I throw it out, and then I might close the door, start to walk away, it pops in again, right back to the door. So it's almost like how you've got to discipline children in some ways, not that you're kicking them outside of the door, but you've just got to be really consistent and really dedicated and really almost confident or strong in your desire there to kick those heavier unwanted thoughts that you don't want to be thinking out. Another thing that I find really helpful is, and it depends on how I feel, is thinking or imagining this thought is a tag, like a tag on a piece of clothing that's really itchy, and this tag sort of appears outside of my head. And I imagine I've got a big pair of scissors and I just cut that thought off, or I cut that tag off. Another thing is I imagine that thought and I put it into a ball, and I imagine I grab that ball from my head and I throw it as far as I can away from me, away from my space. And I'm not throwing it to someone or anything like that, it's just energy. And when it's not in the form of a worry or whatever, it's just simply energy. So I trust it just becomes the energy, just the source of energy that it is. So once you're in control of your thoughts, then it's much easier to calm your mind. It's very difficult to do things like meditate when your mind is running 100 miles an hour. In fact, meditation would be the last thing that I would recommend in that sort of instance. I would recommend going for a walk or doing some cleaning, doing something active to run that active mental energy out, and then try and meditate or try and relax. So obviously your meditation is very helpful for calming your mind, but that's if you're in control of it already. So like I'm in control of my mind quite well, so I could probably lay down and do a meditation and have a nap now if I wanted to. But it's not that easy for everybody if you're not in control of what you think. So who's in the driver's seat of your life? Are you? Is your heart? Or is your worrying negative mind driving you off a cliff, probably it feels like sometimes. So to get back in charge of your thoughts, is to get back in charge of yourself. And then when you do that, you can calm your mind. So I trust that helps. I'm going to get ready now to pull a card to go. I want to look for the best card in regards to what's next. what's next for us moving on from here. Not next week, not next year, but, you know, the immediate next, like 5 minutes. Basically, when we turn this video off, what might be good for us to think about or consider or to apply to help us with whatever it is that you've received from this connection today. So while I'm shuffling, I just invite you, please, if you've enjoyed this video, to hit the thumbs up button, to show us some love, to please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you would love to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. If you would like to learn more about what I do at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. So our best card for our forward movement from here. How can we make what we've received during this connection, hopefully you've received some little gem or something that's helpful, or even a feeling of calm that's just a little calmer than before. How can you take that now and carry it into your life where it actually is going to mean something? Where it's not something that goes away as soon as I turn this off, but something you can carry as like a little seed or a little gem into your life to make a really positive difference. So we've got this card. It's this. Card 12, Spirit Message. This is our new Spirit Message illustration. And it says, pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities. Maybe something I've shared today has been a sign or a synchronicity for you, meaning that you've maybe just been thinking about it or talking about it. So if it's a sign or a synchronicity, you can pay attention to that. They're very important, powerful things. It says your intuition. Oops, my alarm. To turn up my kiln. It says your intuition is awakening. Listen to the guidance you have within, and your spiritual team is supporting you. Your spiritual team supports you. So there is a sense here of connection with spirit, our loved ones in spirit, but also our spiritual team, our spiritual guides. Basically knowing that there's something bigger out there than our problems or the difficulties that we're facing right now. That there is something more to life, which I talked a lot about in yesterday's weekly video. But this is showing there's more to what we see. There's more than what I want to add seem in there, but I don't know how to fit it in. There might be more than what it seems in our world and in how we feel and what's going on for us. There is a bigger picture to everything. So what is the bigger picture for you? And how can you find it and resolve the mystery of the bigger picture, the mystery of the problem? How can you get another perspective so that it's not a mystery any longer? It's not a big question mark that hangs over you, but something that you have an answer to, that you have an understanding about, that you have a bigger picture perspective for or about as well. So spirit message, the signs, the synchronicities, and we can trust in those connections that we have with our spiritual team and our loved ones in spirit. So thank you so much for joining me today. I trust this has been helpful, and thank you so much to all of you for your input and your comments, and I will read all the comments I've missed when I get back on my computer shortly. So have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you next time. Bye for now.